Hello, friends. I am back with the answers for the third edition of the daily quiz. Um, Without any delay, I'll go to the questions. So, the first question I asked was it was the photograph of the cover of a magazine. It is the Beaton's Christmas Annual in 1887. So, there are lots of magazines who bring out their annual editions during Christmas time in UK. And this particular edition featured the title of the main story or the main item in the content. It's called A Study in Scarlet. So the question was a bit cryptic. He said this was the beginning of something really special, and the question is, what is the significance? Well, this was the first ever Sherlock Holmes story published by the great Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm pretty sure this did not go noticed initially, but then the people started reading it, and the popularity started increasing by the word of the mouth to the extent that he published it as a separate book later on. Interestingly, this is one of the few novels he has written. So most of the Sherlock Holmes stories are just standalone stories than novels. This is one of the few novels he has written. And obviously, as they say, the rest was history. So this Christmas edition of this annual was the first one to publish A Study in Scarlet, the first ever Sherlock Holmes story, after it was rejected by many other magazines. The second question was of a great Indian leader. I apologize if this is a bit of a difficult question, but I thought this is something you all should know. So the clues I've given there is he was born on the 1st of July. He is considered the father or the maker of one of the Indian states. So obviously that tells you that he was a very important person. And last but not the least, he has won Bharat Ratna, which is the highest civilian award any Indian can dream to get. If I had given the name of the state, it would have been too easy. So this is Dr. B.C. Roy, or Bidhan Chandra Roy, who was the Chief Minister of West Bengal for about 14-15 years soon after independence. And he is credited with a lot of developments that happened in West Bengal during this period of time and taking the state forward. So he was a great visionary. And on top of that, he was also a great doctor who received both MRCP and FRCS, which means he was honored by both the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons. And then he joined the independence movement and then became the Chief Minister of West Bengal and took the state forward. So the only clue you could have taken there is the date of birth. You may wonder why I gave the date of birth. Do you know what is the significance of 1st of July in India? What is 1st of July is celebrated as in India? Well, it's very important for us because it's celebrated as the Doctor's Day, and that is his birthday. And Dr. B.C. Roy Award is also the highest award any doctor in India can receive in the field of medicine. And that shows you the stature of Dr. B.C. Roy amongst doctors, not just amongst doctors, amongst all the Indian citizens. The third question, I'm showing a picture of an athlete in the cusp of glory, achieving something special. And it is an archetypal question. This is Sir Roger Bannister, who was the first person to run a mile under 4 minutes. Now, the clue was in the second picture, where had given the time the time he took to run a mile. So it was a massive achievement in terms of long distance, or rather middle distance running in athletics. To run a mile under 4 minutes was considered impossible. So he was the first person to achieve that, and he ran that in 3 minutes 59 seconds, 59.4 seconds. So that is a really interesting story, especially considering the fact that he had represented Britain in the 52 Olympics. But sadly, he missed out on the medal. He finished 4th despite breaking the national record. He's a doctor by profession, so he went back to medicine and he undertook this race while he was, I think, working as an intern, which tells volumes about his ability. And that is when he achieved this record. So the fourth question, as always, is to connect these three answers. I mean, I don't know whether it's become obvious at this stage. So I don't know whether you know that Arthur Conan Doyle, who created Sherlock Holmes, was a practicing general practitioner. So he was a doctor. Dr. B.C. Roy, as I told you, is a doctor. And Roger Bannister, the great athlete, is also a doctor. In fact, he's a great neurologist who's practiced until he retired. So the connection is obvious. All three are doctors, although they showed their eminence in different fields. I hope to see you again with another set of questions tomorrow. In the meantime, good luck.